Oh, good evening, everybody. Just finishing getting things set up. And we should be ready to go. Alright. Hopefully, it's all showing. Yep. It is. Cool. Alright. Driving. Right. Yes. That's what we should be doing. The last two raced at Thruxton. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Oh dear. Actually was here in real life a couple of months ago to watch the foreign cars run around. This probably is the closest track to me, I think, in real life, so... Okay. Cool. Basically looking at other things around me than actually driving. Probably how the actually drove. That feels pretty good though. Got a pretty decent balance going. bit of an overspeed into there. Ooh. I want to ride that curb a bit, but I don't want to clip it, because that does seem to hurt me. This is a problem. That's more like it. Actually starting to put my brain in the right place. Again, it's a little too much over that curb though. Flipping those outer wheels on that curb and it just fires you outwards. Using all the track width though. Got a lot of speed through here. Bit of a mistake on that bounce. Oh no, the grass. Oh, ruined. Bloody hell. It wasn't going too badly there at the end. That last up was pretty good. Oh, yeah. Let's try again. I can't change the brake bias from on board. Alright, I forgot about that. So I want to change it. I said it before. I could maybe do a couple of clicks more to the back. Make it a little more rotatey into these corners. It doesn't really want to do a lot of that by default. And like, brake bias is like the only real thing we can change on this car because of this big setup. So. Place there. Oh, the understeer. I got under the throttle too early. Out into the weeds. Oh. Going wide at Thruxton is a death sentence. Alright, 68. Let's chop that down to about 65 and see what we get. Get some better handling. Let's see. Likely there might be the play. I don't know. Helps quell some of that understeer. Because obviously it resets the car back down on the nose. Well, actually put a head there with that little lift. Don't want to go over that curve there too much because it throws the car. 16.8. Ain't too bad. I think I could do better this lap though. Even. On that throttle reapplication, but I was just wading out there with understeer. Oh, again, a bit too little on the acceleration or deceleration. Out into the weeds I go. Basically servo time. Oh, God. So easy to just get the lines wrong here, though. And then end up in the weeds. That's the thing, yeah, you go up here. It's just the grass goes on forever and ever and ever. Almost never ends. Adjusting the headset a little bit. I think the server is either up or almost up, so let's check and see. Not quite yet. Bugger. Not far off, though. I think he'll be with us very shortly. There we go. That's right, it turns out I have the wrong version of the track installed. That'd be a pain. I don't think I do, though. I think this should be right. Okay, we're good. We are good. Save up a bunch. You'll put 20 liters in just to be safe. 65% brake bias. Out we go onto the track. Disconnected. Not good. Check some. It's a wee bit problematic. I forget which version of the track we're using. I have to check. I think I'm relatively comfortable, so let's go and check that quickly. Quickly put you guys up, like rotate or something. I don't know. Just get max. Seems to be everyone but Phil has got an okay. Big. Mateo and Yari have got in. Okay. Oops, I left the music playing. Stop that. Let's see. A sort of Corsa content. JS Ruxton. (2021) 2.02. Hey. Oh, Phil made it in. Cool. It's good. Still missing a couple, but they should hopefully be in soon. Oh, wrecked. Less script than I thought out there. There's Mattia. It's everyone now, yeah. The car's quite snappy in the current under 95% road grip. I'm gonna have to be wary on as we go around. Way too far to the right there. It's the end of practice. Into the 6-minute qualifying. God, the car wants to get away from you there. Too much slow down there, but this is an outlap, so it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, Mattia's gone way wide. Oh, it's sliding all over the road still. Okay. God, yeah, it's still so slippery through there. These lower track grip conditions. Oh, too much speed through there. It's fine though. .8, that's okay. On worse track grip than what we were doing earlier, so that's not too bad. Back up there can help get me some time. Yep. I think no, we're actually behind. Damn. Crazy. Time loss there again as well. God, I thought we were pretty bad for there. Definitely gained some time here though. big gain. I think we can gain a little bit through here as well. I braked a bit too conservatively. Oh, lost a bit of time for my snap out of that though. Too much curb. Definitely seems to be coming in a bit more now. We're up to 96%. That would check out. Can't seem to match my run through down the first lap though. Even faster than the time before. Ooh. Bounce from the fringes of a lap track cut there. So close. Spin through there. Okay, we're gaining out of there though. Ooh, big gain, holy shit. Bit of a loss out of there. Maybe shouldn't have braked, but it has stabilized, so we're okay. Definitely gain a bit of time back through here, I think. No, I lost a lot of time through there. Oh well, just about good enough. Definitely be faster in the actual race. See how much fuel. 21 minutes. Don't need that much. I could shave a little bit more out, I think. At 18? I'm gonna go too much. Damn it. He beat me again. No. I gotta leave it about there. I don't want to take out too much because it'll take weight away from the front of the car, which isn't really what I want because that'll just bring more understeer. Need to actually do good on the starts, though. I've been pretty bad at starting this thing. At least, though, I think we should be able to make some moves. I think. There's my hope. We can at least make some overtakes here. Won't be like Croft last week, where it was too hard, really, to make any passes. Okay. Ain't too bad. Bit of a slight bit. Have a bit of Yari up the inside. Ooh, big slide. I'm good. Fuck. They screwed me there. I'm gonna try and come up my inside there. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, too much curb. I think I let up a little too much speed there because I wasn't sure where he was gonna go. A bit wide on the exit. He's gone even wider on the exit. Try and catch up to Mattia a bit though. He's already pulled out a second. Okay. He's a bit too eager on that throttle there. All over the place through there. Just a tiny bit slower than Mattia that lap, but it's okay. Encouraging to know that my pace is there or thereabouts still. I think that hitting that curb there helps me too much, but it's kind of the line I was on. It's a bad line. Too tight on the entry or early part. That bump. Wow, that exit though. Okay. Ooh. 15, Jesus. Okay, I must have bottled it somewhere though. Yari's now up into third. Just a bunch of time there. Not good. Okay, better out of there though. Get better out of that chicane though. I'm bouncing around too much. I think that's much better. Not really. Hey. Speed through there wasn't great. It's pulling away ever so slightly. Kind of frustrating. It's getting really close to that wall up there. Actually closed up a bit, but I think he had a pretty bad exit. Good. You gotta really regulate your throttle around here. It's hard to do when you're in a race. So obviously you just want to go, go, go. You've got to learn that you can't just go, go, go. You gotta hold back a bit, pick it up at the right time. And it does kind of torture that front left tire. I mean, this is a short race, so it shouldn't matter too much on that regard. It does heat it up. No, I hit the wall. Fuck. No, come on, penalty clear. God damn it. Sakes. I can't catch a break this season. My God. Throw me to the gulag. Or some shit, I don't know. Now I gotta fight back for second place. Yeah, it's quite a way away. Oh, yellow flag out briefly. Guess Batia licked a bit of the grass out of here. Easily doable. Man, that penalty crucified me though. I'm still wanting to just scramble away from me. Spin through there. This feels like the car's balance is favoring me less and less as the run goes on, which is not good. Could have done more there, I think. And there. To be honest, putting a big old whack in the front bonnet or bumper I don't think has helped me very much in terms of handling. Nearly did it again. Jesus Christ. hit through there. Oh, that's way wide. Gonna give him a nice shot up here, which is nice. Gonna force him to the outside. Pull over the curb again. Should be fine. Should be trying to catch up to Yari, but I'm too busy squabbling, keep Mateo behind. It's annoying. Went into my rear there. But it worked. It's great. Shut that a bit. Jesus. Definitely still prefer the version without that epoxy tire wall there. Makes life so much harder than it needs to be. Especially here, because unlike in real life, it's just a solid wall. Of course, in real life, it'll still mess the car up if you hit it, but way less. I think in real life as well, they've even resorted to more simpler, less damaging options. Because they did actually try something of the sorts one year in BTCC, but it was kind of a hazard. I think they still had... Oh, I don't remember, actually. They might have still had one when we went there. Oh, understeer, understeer, understeer. Okay, good, he understeered way more than I did. Is this the final lap? Or is there another lap? I braked way too early. Okay, it's just the final lap. Gotta get this right. I did. Yeah. What could have been? What could have been? I don't know how much that was screwing me there, but definitely didn't help. I just can't seem to put it together this season, though. Especially of all the potential promise that's been there, I've definitely had the potential to win at least a handful of races. But I just can't put it all together. It got an okay start this time though. It's better than Croft. Held off those two. Pretty bad out of there, which allowed Matteo to catch up. But he tried to get me around these corners, but then he kind of massively overdrove through here. I think we both kind of stood up a bit too much on the exit, but I slowed up less, so we're good. I don't know what happened to him, though. He dropped back quite a bit. I don't know if he got a penalty or if he hit the wall as well. Let's put on board with him, actually, because this is probably where the more interesting stuff happens. For now, at least. It's going pretty well, though. I'm slowly building that gap. Oh, gets a bit wide there. Oh, okay. That's weird. Happened here. Just brake too late. Oh, that was okay. I guess he did brake a bit too late, and then just the car just went straight. Oh, that would have been a big old penalty. Yeah, put him back big time. Ooh, it's unlucky. Yeah, I'm guessing. Did Phil make a mistake? Oh wow. Very decisive on the brakes. Got it done. I was struggling through that final chicane. Couldn't get the line right. Just blogging over the curbs constantly. Which in this car is bad, because it kind of throws you. Just like hanging in there, but I was trying to make up ground, and I think that's what kind of killed me though. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at this. So minor. But just a little too much on the steering. Bam. Oh, that would have been like a brush. This was real life. That would have just been a brush, I think. I don't know if that would have really done anything to my car. That frame by frame. Hard to say, but I feel like that could have just been a brush in real life. It might have done more damage, but yeah, because as they see, completely obliterated my front end, and then I got a penalty, and then another penalty. Which is annoying. Just trying to save this one, but then that gave me another one, and that sucked me even further. And then I think for the rest of this, I was kind of fighting with a hand behind my back. Because yeah, the car never really, I don't know, Nothing, it didn't, I just didn't really seem to come alive after that. The car's balance sort of fell away as well. I felt like it wasn't responding quite as well. I don't know if that was the damage, I don't know if that was fuel trickling off, I don't know if that was both. Probably both. But, yeah, I struggled to really keep that early race groove. Struggled even more for the chicane. I think that was my biggest time loss, really. I felt like I was having to slow up even more to just make it through. Yeah, Mateo was all over me. Got on the grass there and he sort of covered off the inside. And then sort of parked the bus a bit. But yeah, got a snap out of there. See, whoop. And that put me over there, which didn't help me. And that big yellow curb just kind of throws the car out on the exit. Oh, here you go. Another snap through there. That was basically it, I think. He got pretty close a couple of times, but never really was able to make it work. Yeah, and then he went wide here, which sort of crippled him. I was quite slow through there. I think I slowed up way too much. Because he was right back on my nose, or my tail. At the end there. But slide and me holding the line kind of helped. So. Still third, but very disappointing third. I was thinking, oh yeah, right. I wonder. Let me see. I'm curious. So let's see. I think this is quite slow for you, but. Trying to see if it's any different pre and post wall hit. Oh, there we go. It does seem like I'm steering a bit more. What about the opening? Probably the tightest part. Basically 90 degrees. I think this is after the bonk. Yeah, about the same. But I guess the car wasn't... I don't know. Yeah, okay, 90 degrees for all of those as well. See, I think it was kind of just dead. Joys. Wouldn't have been there if I didn't hit the wall, though. So, it's on me. And on me only. But gutting. Get up the old results though. Yep, Mattia takes the win. And I think he improved on his PB to, yep, 1:15.738. Then Yari in second with a 1:16.4. Myself in third with a 1:15.9. Mateo in fourth with 16.3, and Phil in fifth with a 16.5. It's not too bad on the lap time spread. Everyone else, barring me and Mateo, were pretty close. 3, 4, 5. And then we were a bit faster. I maybe could have... I don't know what I could have done had I not have bonked it. Yeah, I was the only incident point. That killed any hopes I had. of doing anything there, which was a shame. But is what it is. Overall points. Yeah, Matteo returns, but obviously he missed last week, so he's out of the running. But first race he hasn't won that he's partaken in, which is pretty big. Mattia, though, solidifies. Well, it's still pretty close. Only 5 points between him and Yari in the championship. So it all comes down to Silverstone, really. Because first to second is a 4-point swing. If either of them finishes, or if either of them wins and the other finishes third or lower, then the other one will take it, which will be interesting. Myself third, Phil in fourth. Pretty close between the two of us still, but not close enough to be able to catch the two ahead. But yeah, that's all for that one. And now it's time. What layout of Assen are we doing? Assen Motorsport. Okay. Cool. Get some laps in for the top cars. Let me quickly go and find the top car. Assen. I want Assen Motorsport. Yes. Cool. I wonder what setup. Probably the Most setup would probably be the good starting point here. They're quite similar. Let's see. Let's see, where was that at? TMM Bosch. NUPT asset. TMM. There we go. I think this could translate pretty well. We'll see if it actually does. Got the full tank in. Good, good, good. Maybe we could do a slightly longer gearing, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Could actually drive the car around a bit. Get a feel, rough feel for how things are, and then we can go from there. Okay. Break myself a bit for that corner. Yep. Oh, I forgot how tight this corner is. Here in lock moment. Oh, you're right, we're doing this layout, so it's... Ooh, okay. Pretty fast through there. That's why I picked the layout, and even I'm forgetting. But ages, this is another track we haven't raced in quite some time as well. Thought it could be interesting. People might not be as familiar with it as they are with some of the other tracks that we run more frequently. But, I mean, people could run them elsewhere, so that does kind of invalidate that, but you know. It's light in the car through that corner. Oh, a bit too fast. Bonk. Okay, if I let AI control take over. He find his way back to the road. He can. good. Let AI Bob control me for a second, because I need to quickly run and use the restroom, so 2 seconds and I'll be right back. Oh, back. Okay. I screwed myself here, though. I have. Crap. Oh. Righty. Oh, yes, get rid of the text as well. There we go. Good going again. Going better. It's double apex corner that kind of goes on forever. Oh, first gear was a mistake. Big old catch there. So just hang over here, let me get the little pink to the right. Break a little bit for this left sweeper. I'm gonna break a bit more for this right sweeper. Back on the power. Spent too much time looking at the media player and crashed the car. Oh no, we didn't hit the wall. Good. Tires are cooked though, which isn't good. But we can just uncook them. That'd probably be quicker if we just restart. Oh dear. This is practice going great. Get if I actually focus on the bloody fucking driving, I might actually get something done. It's got a lot of throttle in this lap though, so maybe, just maybe, we'll see we'll be a bit more aggressive this week. I don't know. It's quite a long pit stop though. Ooh. I guess how much of it is speed limited is the real question. If a lot of it isn't, then that opens the window a bit, I guess. Yeah, taking that double apex properly, like a double apex. With second gear, that's better. Trim up a little bit for the rear wing though. I think 1.78 liter lap for no stop. That good or bad? I don't remember. God. Corner catches me off guard all the time. Last bit. Or maybe not this corner. Bit of a lift. Two. It's one of the longer laps. I think it's the longest lap we've had yet, actually. Maybe Portimao was longer, I don't remember exactly. Guessing it's going to be a lap count probably closer to Portimao's of the 25 range or so, rather than the high 20s, 30s that we've been having. It's bad for there, too much understeer. It's the brake bias. 60, okay. Prior to 58, or maybe 59. But this car's a bit temperamental. Tire pressures look okay though. It's good. I don't really need to worry about changing those. Bit early there. Actually, I think that worked. Ugh. How many? So you've counted how many I've done. Damn. Even I haven't done that. Too many is probably the answer. I've been doing this, I think, for almost, if not 3 years now. I think. Might even be longer than that. I want to say it was 2022, though. Late summer 22, like August, I think, or so when I started. So I originally covered for James, 41. Okay, that's better. Well, I say covered for James, but I did it on my own back as a sort of substitute for James, because he was absent from the last couple of rounds of the PCR Championship. It's one of the last ever times you'll see me driving those cars. Oh. Who's my substitute? I don't know. I would have originally said Adam, but Adam quit years ago now, so with his internet problems. But I think he did do a couple that I didn't do back then. But I guess, yeah, nobody. Unless you're willing to do a random live stream. Ooh. Chipping away at these lap times though. Get in my groove. Be the most taciturn stream ever. Why did I break that? I was too busy reading the chat, I guess. Yeah. I mean, better than nothing, I guess. Everyone's got to start somewhere as well. If you look at some of my early live streams, I recommend you don't, because they are cringe as fuck. But, oh shit. At least there's a nice, friendly bit of tarmac there. Not sailing onto gravel. Okay, I want to take some wing off of this. It just doesn't want to rotate. Wing. Bye-bye. But if you look at, like, some of my earliest live streams, god, they are awful. And it's kind of just throughout the years, I've just kind of gotten better, I guess, in quotation marks. Getting better is subjective, though. 41 minutes. Okay, that is a bit more fuel. I'm using 1.8 liters, according to that. See this pit lane, though. How far does the pit lane stretch? But I mean, yeah, I think me getting back into live streaming and starting to actually do it regularly was kind of like me even think. Oh god, that's great. Me even thinking about doing these streams kind of was kickstarted almost by actually literally replacing James a few months earlier when he had his internet go out. And he was stuck on like 3G, I think. Actually, he didn't have any internet at the time, and then returned on 3G, which is funny. Oh, that's... Okay, but that's where the speedo kicks in. Oh, fucking... Should actually pay attention to what I'm doing. That kind of came out of the blue, and I was like, yeah, why not? I'll do it. I didn't get anything for doing that, but it was a bit of fun. And you could argue, well, no, you could argue, it did kind of put me on the pipeline, which got me here. Oh, you don't want to overshoot that in terms of speed. Ooh. Oh, actually, that's not as long as I thought it was. You just can't really get away with overspeeding, otherwise you die. Interesting. Don't cool card it on the pantry. Well, if the last race was anything to go by, I will. I'm not fully sure which way I want to take it yet, though. But I'm thinking maybe it's a bit more viable than I was thinking. Or had initially thought. So maybe. And as we know, if I'm gonna pit, that means that's the wrong strategy. car does not want to rotate through some of these corners. Get rid of some of that. I don't think I need a little of that. Shave off the fuel. How much does that change things? I guess basically server time though, so probably not going to finish that. I get a rough shakedown of what it kind of feels like. Maybe I want to add that wing back though. The car is quite temperamental now about it. I wish there was a bit more nuance on the front adjustments, though. Not just 1 or 0, but it is what it is. Fumbled that. He's somehow quicker, actually. I should have gone wider. Feels a bit better. Cool. Let's send it back to the pits. And we can... I think it's basically server time, so... we can press the wrong button. That's what we can do. Okay. Let's get into that server. Seems like a better way to do it. I do feel like this track is going to somewhat punish the tires though, so I think that's kind of a double whammy for pitting, maybe. I'm so bad at managing the windows. I think I should probably invest in smaller screen setup so I can actually have 2 screens, because at the moment I just have 1 big screen and I don't think it's helping me a lot of the time. I think it'd be better to have 1 smaller screen or 2 smaller screens side by side. Plus this screen is pretty damn old, so or only 1080p 60 FPS. 5 screens is the minimum these days. I mean, technically I do have a second screen set there, but it's a tiny one, like a really tiny one, meant for the server PC that I have to the side. which is just my old computer. And I had thought about using that as like a little second screen, but then it's like the disparity between the two screens is just so big. Ooh. But I do feel like just having a smaller screen in general would probably help me with a bunch of things. Oh, okay, that's... Not really feeling ready, so I guess we're just gonna run out and race setup and see what we get. Mateo's gone wide at the first corner. Running that cut did not help. Oh. Let's get across the grass and spin and burn my tires, which I'm gonna do anyways. No, we're good. We'll get the tires relatively cool. Just stuck in the gravel trap. Shake off the dirt and we can get going again. Speed, okay. Yeah. Whatever. Plowing again. Should pushing that back further. I think I want more room. That doesn't count anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. better. Into a little bit more of a groove now. Get a bit more speed through there, but that's okay. Just remember these corners tighter than I remember them being, or tighter than they appear. I think somebody else just learnt that lesson. Much better though. Actually having a lap that I can put on the board. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, no. Never mind. Oh, shit. Actually knocked my wheel out of alignment. Crap. I'm actually gonna add that wing back. I didn't want to, but I feel like I kind of need to. Recalibrate the wheel time. Shit, which switch is it? This one? Nope, that's the wrong one. This one? There we go. Hoping that hasn't fucking moved across, but we'll find out.
Skins unavailable. Carry on.
Just gonna try upping that a little bit. Maybe up these a bit. I'm just clicking shit at this point. I am completely honest. Pro strategy. Alright, I don't really have much time to get a qualifying lap in. Escape here, so let Bill go. Okay, let's see how this goes. It's feeling better already. Much better. Oh my god. Okay, that corner still catches me out. The car, I feel much more stable with the car now. Much more comfortable. Just what we need for these kind of races. Can I just lift up here, right? Yep. Cool. Somebody died up here. I think that's Yari. It is. Bill puts in provisional pole. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna get my one and only shot here, though. Put in a time. Just like blown all the others. Turns a lot nicer now, though. Not nowhere near as snappy either. Still a little awkward. It's fine. Oh no! Oh damn it! Oh, gonna be starting from the back. Gonna do. Oh shit. Oh, I don't know. I think given my pushing is ass, I'm gonna gamble on saving. I think that's gonna be the play. I can then underdrive the car. And we'll see how that works out. That's actually telling me I have too much fuel, but we'll see. I don't believe that. Didn't get a good start. It's unfortunate, given his amazing his pole lap. Yeah, 40-0. It's pretty good. It seems like that line isn't the line everyone else takes from it. Good to know. Oh, Phil. Never get that bloody corner right. What's the wrong shot today? Fuel saving. I was thinking about a stop, but I've been driving like shit here, so I didn't even get a qualifying lap in. I kept bottling it. So I'm betting on underdriving it all the way. That's my bet. Not have to worry about extreme push. None of the others really seem to be massively breaking away though, so maybe everyone else is... Maybe the first race where everyone's on the same strat, who knows? undershot this a bit though. That's okay. Ooh, bit of a wobble there. Bit wide, but it's okay. According to that, I actually don't really need to do any fuel saving. I guess it's more just going to be tire saving. Ooh, which I'm gonna do that is not gonna help me. Shit. Seems like though everyone is probably on the fuel save strategy, or stay no stop strategy. I guess it's not really the fuel save strategy, because I don't actually think we need to save any fuel. I've ever shut down by a country mile. Bugger. Well, they're saying I need to save a little bit of fuel, so I guess that helped with that, maybe. I don't know. Oh, fuck. How do I keep doing this? It's fine, though. We can just serve it through the next corner. How do I get the mistakes over and done with now rather than later? Okay, that didn't really work out, but... Ugh, dear. Just slow down more there. Hold on. I hate this corner so much, I can never get it right. Guess at the very least, though, I'm out of the dirty air. So that might help me later on. We'll see. My goal this week, though, is to just not finish last, I think. Given how shambolic qualifying was. shambolic my driving has been so far. Got my fuel saving quite a bit, which is a problem. I guess the Ferrari strat today is fuel save, but run out of fuel. That seems to be the play at the moment. When you quit your day job, you want a Ferrari at least. True, true. Maybe I should get my application form in. Why delay? It's nice and sunny in Italy. True. But yeah, I don't want it to be too sunny. Oh, there's a bit of a gaggle going on up ahead though. Wonder how that's going to end up. Looks like Matteo shuffled to the lead. Seems like Matteo and Phil are fighting. Oh, not Matteo and Phil, sorry, Yari and Phil. Matteo's sort of just hanging back. Phil has got him past Yari, now Matteo's taking a stab at him. Probably catching up, I feel. But it's hard to say for sure. caught up. Yeah. I think them fighting is helping me catch up a little bit. And my pace is relatively close to what they're doing. The problem is just that I'm the one who was foolish enough to give myself 2 penalties. They weren't. But maybe I can have a little bit of extra tire life in the bank towards the end as well, but I'm not sure about that. Tire saving has never been a strong suit of mine. My sort of setup preferences and general driving style just aren't quite smooth enough most of the time. Don't let me collect penalties like it's Pokemon. No, it's really not. Really not. Ah, oh, fuck it. Oh, wait, shit. This is bad, it's bad. Okay. God damn it. Indeed. I blame AC's penalty system for that one, though. Because it's so close to the line, I had to slow down. Otherwise, I was just gonna get obliterated. Blame the Dutch? Yeah. That's a good plan. Always blame the Dutch. They built this place after all. I don't know if the Dutch built this mod, though. Maybe they didn't. So maybe we can't fully crucify them for the track limits. Well, that pretty much sums up tonight. Penalties and driving like shit. Of course, this is a mod from a Dutch person. Who else would want to drive this track? Well, apparently I did. Oh, not again. Okay, we're good. Because I picked this. I need to save more fuel. Maybe I should just disqualify myself and watch the professionals instead. It is. There's still a long way to go, though. Still a long way to go. So, I'm not completely giving up just yet. Almost bigger chance to get left. You're probably not wrong. At the rate I'm going. Definitely at the rate I'm going. Ain't quite got it in me tonight. Got that laser focus needed. Which is a shame, because the speed has been there or thereabouts. I just... can't keep the fucking car on the road. I mean, they had the wall at Thruxton in the Porsche, which then gave me a double penalty, and, well, I've gotten 3 penalties and nearly DSQ'd myself here, so... great evening. Oh, hit that curb too much. Really? That's a penalty? And I'm in the wall. That extended the penalty. Come on, game. Be serious. And my tires are hot. You know, I've got nothing to lose at this point. So what if we extra Ferrari mode this? Pit and then... cut our losses. I don't know. Ah, shit, too much. Should have bet my life savings on lap. Just one of those nights. Just one of those. Okay. Pretty close between the front two there, at least. Probably have some fun to watch back on the replay. I fucking bit that curb. God damn it. Ooh. Just went all in on lap 3 and well tonight. God, I'd almost argue cooking the tires is fucking worse than getting a penalty. Cause I need to... I mean, penalty you can clear, and once it's clear, it's gone, but hot tires, whew, they linger to haunt you. Especially in this car. They don't cool off very quickly. It's gonna fuck me through here, isn't it? I'm gonna brake. Okay, I think they are down to more nominal levels now. And I was too busy looking at the tire temperatures. Yay. You know, I think it's better if we just watch. You'd be a roving spectator. Oh. Because it actually seems like some interesting shit is happening. Phil's in second at the moment, okay. Salute. Yari and Mattia are pretty close as well. Oh, he got a wobble. Big old wobble. Tears all over him. Sit on board with him a little bit. I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything here. Now he's backing off. Ooh, bit of a wobble from him. Look at that, though. Look at how much smoother he is for everything. That's where the difference lies. Does it do it in the race as well, where it only shows them being full of brakes, or... oh, it is. Oh, no. Actually, well, yeah, no, it kind of is. Shows the brake still as an on-off switch. That's kind of annoying. Don't actually know what he's exactly doing. We can see when he starts and stops braking, but nothing more than that. I didn't realize that until now. I thought that was just a replay thing. But both pairs are pretty close, but the two pairs are a bit spread. I get the feeling that Mattia is maybe bottlenecked a little bit by Yari at the moment. Yeah. And I don't even think that's something like a third-party app can fix, because I think that's just how AC records them, which is annoying. Because all these apps are doing is just reading telemetry data. Oh, he's going for it up the inside, leaving him space. Can he make it stick? Oh, he's lost it. Oh, F. That's a big off for Mattia there. Damn. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay. It's just the mini-map being wrong. But Yari at pit. If you want detailed data, you have to use Motec. Yeah, but I'm not enough of a nerd to use Motec. Yeah. Ooh, that's hurt Mattia big time. Wouldn't have made him fall into my clutches, though. I was too far back, I think, at that point. Oh, Phil got a penalty, I think. He did? He backed off a lot there. So that's allowed Matteo to break away. And that's brought Yari up closer into the fray now. Guess we'll get to see what... Well, I was going to say I guess we'll get to see what Mattia's true pace is now, but I don't think we will. We'll see what his clean air speed is like, but he might be a bit hobbled after that crash. So does he have any suspension damage? I don't think he does. You got away with that. But probably some aero damage, which will hurt him a little bit. But that's big. Phil getting a penalty. That changes things. Still 16 minutes to go on the clock here, though. Oh, it's Mattia off again. He might have been. I think this mini-map isn't very good, though. It's not properly aligned. Mateo is pulling away a little bit now. 39.8. 41.6. Yeah, because to do that penalty. 40.1 for Yari. .8 from Mateo. Yeah, that wasn't particularly great from him. Relative to everyone else. I don't know if he is going to be able to get back from that. Yari's not letting Phil get away too much, though. But I think that's kind of the problem, is the gaps are kind of stabilizing. They're not really changing, which isn't really giving us a lot to talk about here. Need some action. Even if he is fast, to risk of burning the tires too much, yeah. He'd still maybe be able to catch up a little bit. I don't think he'll move up from third or fourth, sorry, unless something similar happens for those. But hey, Mateo was off that lap. Those two both took a nice chunk out of him there. So that's closed up the battle. Yari, I think, was the fastest of the three there. Mateo off a little bit, but he has picked up the pace a touch. But yeah, not a lot now come between the top three. Ooh, bit of a wobble left from Yari. He's keeping it pretty close. See what it's like when Mateo's on board. Is he fighting much? Pretty smooth. Big corner will be the one just before the chicane. Because you can't quite do it flat, you gotta lift. There we go, yeah. Through the chicane, let's see. Oh, this car seems very stable. A little too stable even for my liking. 39.9 though, 39.9, 39.9. They were both slightly quicker though, so the gap does continue to slowly shrink. I think Mattia made another mistake though, because he's down to 14 seconds behind. At 42. I don't know what he did there. Maybe another penalty of some kind. Almost under a second now between... Oh no, it's pulling back in again. I was going to say it's almost under a second between Yari and Phil. I feel like there's sort of different zones, right? You've got the... to be in. Obviously you've got the... right on somebody's bumper, which is within like, I don't know, 2 temps, I guess. If you're within 4 temps, you're within slipstream range. I'd say until about a second, you're still within that kind of pressure range, if you're under a second. I mean, obviously that's going to vary differently for different people. But I think for me, usually when someone's about over a second behind me, or a second or more behind me, it's usually when the pressure starts coming off a bit. Because I know that they're not, you know, the chances of them sending a, like, sudden lunge on me, or, like, suddenly being in a position to attack are basically none. Mattia, though, 38.9. He's cranking the wick up now. Obviously, too far away to make anything happen, but who knows? Putting himself as close as he can, I guess, if somebody else does make a mistake. 11 minutes to go, tires are wearing, so it could happen. Yari is closing in. He is getting within that range. Would do like the old F6 cameras. Problem is on this car, they're not, because this car isn't really fully finished. Where's the F6? Yeah, we've got a thick cam, some pipes, the back of a seat, roll cage, behind the driver's head. Great view here. If only it was a little more to the right, we'd actually have a great view. But sadly, no. And then backwards into some roll cage and a hole in the floor. And then back to feet. Because getting the like rooftop camera in some of these cars is quite nice. I guess we could technically, I think we could technically cheat that though. We go into here and just do. Oh no, it's changing it for me. Fuck. Oh, we'll just ignore that then. Camera angles 10 out of 10, yeah, exactly. What about the actual ones? Oh, these are fine. Fine, fine. Fine, but there's obviously the bar in the way, but that's just how the car is. That's fine. These are like really far away for some reason. I guess that makes sense though, because when you actually look, the driver is sat kind of far back. He's sat, which is pretty common with like these sort of like Southern American race cars. I mean, this one isn't a real one, I don't think, but it's heavily based off of them, obviously. You can see like the dashboard comes out like halfway across the driver's side door, which is crazy. Seems like Yari's had a. Phil seems to have cranked up the pace though. 2013, 2016 DTM cars. Yeah, I think it's kind of a mixture of like DTM and like Stock Car Brazil. And maybe a little bit of TC 2000 as well. And 39. 39.8. And a 40.1. So yeah, Yari fell off there. But Phil is doing pretty well. Mattia is still doing pretty solid laps. 39.3. He's whittling away at that gap. Putting those guys in a more uncomfortable spot if they do mess up. Albeit I doubt they are thinking of that very much. Ideally, you don't want to be thinking about what happens when you bin it. Because, well, you don't want to bin it. Ooh. Just turning my dials back to the right. To even. But, yeah, they are. It's annoying when you get races like these, especially from like a spectator's point of view. It's sort of like, are they, aren't they, are they, aren't they? Like, they get a little bit closer, but then they fall back a bit. They get a little bit closer, they fall back a bit. They get a little bit closer, they fall back a bit. And they're just kind of teetering on the edge of like, oh, if they just pulled a couple of extra tenths, things would get interesting. But they're just that closely matched. that like the variance sort of keeps them apart. They never quite close up. Like, it was looking like Yari was going to catch Phil, but I think he made a mistake somewhere and they dropped a bunch of time. As Phil drops about a tenth this time. Yari seems to have fallen off though, so maybe he's... Yeah, maybe he's used the best of his tyres. Mattia, though, is actually now... He is chopping away at the times, so Yari might need to start worrying a little bit. I say might. Quite tentative, but Mattia is putting in some pretty good laps. And he is, Yari is dropping off the sort of lead 2. Not with 6 minutes left. You'd think, but I mean, crazier things have happened. That being said, Mattia has fallen back a bit, so maybe not. I was thinking they had like almost a 2-second delta between the two of them at one point. So I was thinking maybe, just maybe, he'd get close. I don't think he'd get him, but he'd get close. But I think these three have kind of spread out a little bit too much now. 2.5 seconds between each of them. There's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but obviously the chances of seeing any kind of battling are pretty slim unless one of them makes a mistake. 140. Oh, yeah, look at that. The lap times have dropped back into the 140s now. I think the tires have really fallen off now. Because they're running pretty... Ooh. Mattia dropped back to 16 seconds. Did he have to take a penalty? I think he had to serve a penalty. Or he binned it again. At least he can take solace in knowing that he wasn't the worst. I don't think we're getting Silverstone tyres going boom on the 3 in the front. No. No, that doesn't really happen in AC. But, yeah, their lap times have fallen off quite a bit. Maybe, just maybe, we could get a little... We might get a little spin from them. A little wobble. Maybe a penalty. A penalty would certainly blow the doors open. I think that's the most likely. But, I think now... They're all kind of in a similar boat, and Matteo is pulling away a little bit, so I think they might play it safe. I definitely would if I was in Matteo's position. I wouldn't mind whittling down that, or letting that gap fall a bit, if it meant me having a higher chance of actually finishing the race without a penalty. But I mean, yeah, they've all dropped consistently into the 40s now. Being in traffic really does hurt you in this car too much. So I think with Yari being, and also Phil being in traffic a bit more, kind of do put them at a bit of a relative disadvantage to Matteo. Let's put him out, or that you know, he has a sort of relative advantage because he hasn't had to deal with the dirty air. Because there's quite a bit. These cars don't have a crazy amount of downforce. I'd say they have almost more mechanical grip than they do downforce. But you definitely do feel it when you get in that dirty air, more so than in quite a few other cars I've driven. Which is extra strange because it hurts you in the corners, but you don't really get much of a pull in the straights. typically think if you get a lot of wash in the corners, you get quite a bit out of it in the straights, but I find that you don't really, unless like the difference in the wings is quite big. But I mean, yeah, Mateo was he pushed the 39 there, so he's clearly not taking it easy. He is going for it, but those two have dropped back to high mid 40s, so he's got this in the bag. He's just got to bring it home now. This will be the final lap. No time to do another one. Unlucky for Mattia, though. It wasn't going too bad for him, and then he had that big off. I was looking like it could have gone interesting for him, but yeah, it's one bad bump, and that kind of wrote him off. Yeah, Mateo stretched it out to 4 seconds now. He's got this in the bag. It could still change if he gets a penalty though, but I don't think he is. I think he would be wise to take this pretty cautiously. I think the other two will probably take it somewhat cautiously as well, because it'll blow their race up as well. And there you go. Only Mattia now to come across. And then that'll be that. $39.5 from Mattia, not too bad at the end there, but tough luck. $27 laps. It's a little more than I was predicting. But not far off, I guess. I was thinking it was going to be a bit... I was thinking it was going to be 25 or lower, though, so I guess that was kind of change it a bit. Ugh. Only the highest of quality of racing tonight. From me, at least. Dear, oh dear. I don't even think it's worth looking at my race. It's definitely well worth looking at what was going on further ahead. The Matteo actually started third, and he worked his way to the front. Of course, Phil absolutely bogged at the start. And that hurt him quite a bit. Because that dropped him way down. Let's see. Pole down to third. Nearly fourth. Actually, I think it was. No. No, he got me in the exit, yeah. And first down to third. And there was a position he wouldn't recover. Kind of pulled away a little bit actually at the start. Nobody. Yeah, the front two kind of pulled away. Let's see. Guessing the first overtake was probably Mattia on me. Actually, no, I think... Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, my race actually wasn't going so shit. I got filled, didn't I? Into turn 1. Up the inside. Actually pulled away a little bit. Yeah, nice old snap there. You love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. And then completely washed wide there, which gave those guys a nice runaway up ahead. Didn't give Phil enough of a run to pass me though, which I guess bit of a silver lining. But then, yeah, completely overdrove into the chicane. I don't know what I was thinking, and then that absolutely destroyed my race. And then it was only further downhill from there, so that was fun. Front then, where does Yari get past? I thought it was a part where it looked like everyone was kind of like 2x2, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if that actually was what it was like, but that was what it kind of looked like the little speck I could see in front of me. Yeah, pretty close though. It's a shame it didn't really work out towards the end. I'm somewhat surprised nobody got disqualified though. Very easy to do here, if you're not careful. But Yari again started pulling away a little bit. It seemed like at the early stages he had this in the bag, and then something blew it all away. Knocked him down to 3rd place. Let's see, where did that happen? 10 minutes in, it hasn't happened yet. I'm surprised. These 4 are still all pretty much relatively nose to tail. Oh, there we go. Oh, just a wash. Snap, snap. Mateo says thank you very much. Bill probably going to get a better run around the outside. Well, not quite. He snaps on the exit. This is where I saw them get a bit more stacked up, I guess. As these two went side by side, that gave Mateo the lead. I'm guessing Phil might win this out. No. No, he doesn't. But he gets past. Ooh, but. No. No, okay. Gets past him at a different point, though. Ooh, he does get a nice run out, though. Swings up the inside, but doesn't get it done. Does that force Yari going wide? It kind of does, but doesn't really work in his favor here. He's immediately cut back across. But he's determined. Oh, this is the same, basically the same move Mattia did. He actually makes it work. Yeah. Mattia tries to follow through, but doesn't, yeah, I guess it'll wash out in his face. It doesn't quite work out there. Yeah, it washes wide there, but keeps it all together. Me sort of lingering, slowly catching up. Ooh, did he check up there a little bit? No. Maybe a little bit. But not a lot. That was a bit of a rough line through there. Maybe not quite. But he did lose quite a chunk of time. I put him right in the jaws of Mattia. As Phil stretches away, trying to hunt down Mateo. see. Where does it happen, though? Further ahead. Not quite done it yet. Still does continue to pull away. It's pretty close to Matteo. I mean, they were pretty close at one point. It's probably around the point I started. Oh no, I'm still in the race at this point. Oh, he tries it on the outside here. That's bold. Gets a good run. I guess if he could stick it around the outside, he could then take the inside for the next quarter, but that's hard to do. As we see, because he doesn't do it. Can't quite get it done here. So he has to try again. Ruining his tires in the process, slowly but surely. Okay, by this point I'd quit. Yeah. You can see the dot. Whoop. There you go. Oh, what an awful race for me. Ooh, bobble there. Guessing it's the next lap though where he tries. He's there or thereabouts. He just can't quite get the run he needs. Here we go. Goes for it on the inside. Where does it all go wrong? There. Oh. Yeah. That bump. He just catches it wrong. Gets the rear end loose. Can't save the snap. Pow. Into the wall. And that was his hopes over pretty much. I think he then tried a bit too hard to try and catch back up. Because I think he copped a few penalties. And that was what we pretty much seen the rest of this already. Nothing much really happens. Hints of something maybe could have happened. With, it ebbing and flowing a little bit between the three of them. Mateo did make a mistake at one point and lost quite a bit of ground, but I don't... That would have been... I think he might have copped the penalty or something. Was it here? I don't know. Too much replay to go and look through. But, yeah, everyone kind of just ended up saying that is the first race, though, where we've had all season where everyone has been on the same strategy. There wasn't a single taker of the pit stop. Which, kind of meh. More fun when there's alternate strategies, but, you know, not gonna ask someone to blow their race to smithereens just for the sake of running an alternate strategy, you know. It has to make some degree of sense. Overall results, though. Mateo takes the win. Pretty dominant display. Once he took the lead, never looked back. 39-2, 39-2, 39-4, 38-9, and 39-6. So I was the slowest. Not by much. But 39-2s for the top two. It's pretty close. But yeah, Mateo, then Phil, then Yari, Mattia, and myself. Obviously, biggest loser being myself. Probably. And biggest winner obviously being Mateo, because he climbed up to the lead. Never looked back. Overall points, though. Mattia holds on still. He was pretty dominant in the early stages, so this hasn't hurt him too much. He still has a 23-point lead into the final round, so yeah, I don't think that's getting toppled anytime soon. However, The middle three, second, third, and fourth, pretty close. 5 points between each position, which is definitely a doable swing. I don't think it'd be hard for me to go from well, basically it'd be impossible for me to go from 4th to actually no, it would be possible for me to go from 4th to 4th to 2nd. However, that would involve me winning and Yari finishing either 4th or 5th. So, tricky, but doable. If everything goes right. But, more likely is obviously Phil versus Yari and me versus Phil. Phil has a bad race, I can jump him for 3rd, and if Yari has a bad race, Phil can jump him for 2nd. Provided the opposite end of us has a better race than the other, then it could happen. So, not that that's really important, but, you know, adds a little bit extra spice, I guess. But yeah, I think that is basically everything. Season is almost over, so you need to start thinking more seriously about next season. I do have a couple ideas. I need to actually test them, but that's probably more of a later week/weekend problem. Next week, however, we do have a couple of interesting races. Silverstone National or the Porsche Caymans. The old bean layout. And then Circuit de la Saf in the top cars. That'll definitely be an interesting one. So yeah, I look forward to that. Hopefully I'll be a bit more competitive next week. Actually have my head sort of more properly in the game. We'll see. But yeah, I don't think I have anything more to add. So yeah, that's where I will leave it off here for the night. Thanks everyone who came out and raced. Thanks everyone who came out and chatted. Yeah, I will see you all around next week. Keep an eye out for obviously any announcements. And yeah, take care all. Adios.